welcome back. I hope I can actually finish this today. And I mean this game. Alright, everything's clean. Just need to figure out where I was. Ah, over here. Alright. Let's see what's left here. Could have sworn that was up. I may have reset. Let me see here.
What was I doing?
Ah, I'm going to leave that little bit there.
Long night.
Come back to it if this 20% isn't over here.
This is it. My last stop. I've been running from my past long enough.
Alright. There we go. Yep. There we go. Sorry, I forgot turn on the flashlight. There we go. Alright, nothing over here. Still 6%. Well, 4% left. Alright. Alright, that one's not openable. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot the smuts over here. Down there's a completely different area from this one. So now it's find that one piece of traitorous furniture and put it away. And put it back. Knowing this area and its general theme. Might be like a metal chair that goes in the corner or something. Unless it's the container I have up in the air. Okay. Wasn't expecting the only destructible chair and table in this little area. That pizza stays there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit that on setting 1. This area is done now. And it looks like we have here. So I think, yes. Detail clean here. Alright. There we go. Oh, yep. Let's go ahead and finish that off with this. There we go. $90. Ah. The concerning bit here is there's still 3% somewhere. Oh, that was 1%. Oh. Alright. So there's 2% somewhere. Is this area also part of what we need to clean? Yes, yes it is. And we're almost done. Let's go ahead and just do this with the sponges. Well, in here with the sponges. There we go. %. %6 left. And I think it's including this mess out here. Now we can go back to the mop. There we go. Alright, that's done. Loose metal chair. Now we need to go down here. After I refresh my cleaning equipment. Then it's real clean mode. There we go. There we are. You know, this game was pretty interesting with how it did the 100% stuff. Normally it's supposed to be like an additional challenge, but half of these achievements kind of feel like they were scraping the bottom of the barrel for ideas. Don't blame them. But it's probably the first game I have ever 100% completed in my Steam library. Yeah, so far all the achievements, aside from, well, I call these true achievements. Yeah, a true an achievement when it comes to the context of a video game, my opinion, is something like collecting collectibles or music boxes or cassette tapes in this game. The rest is, like, I think 3 of the Easter eggs for, 3 of the achievements for somewhat of an Easter egg type thing, and or alternate ending to the game. For example, the first mission with Big Jim earlier in the series, that one had an achievement tied to the fact you instantly lose the level if you don't pick up the walkie-talkie. And Big Jim cuts the cable in the elevator, sending you straight to floor 0. But yeah, like I said, a true achievement in a video game rewards you in game, in my opinion. Not just with a badge saying you did it. You know, like completing ultra hard difficulty in Kingdom Hearts. You do get a cosmetic known as the crown. But the catch is, you can only really get to use it in New Game Plus. I know, not even New Game Plus, but anytime you load up the save file that you've already did every fucking thing in the game. You know, that's not a good achievement, for example. In my opinion. It's more about the journey, not what you get for doing it, is what I'm trying to say. You know, hidden upgrades, for example, would be a good way of handing out achievements in a game. Or even MTX, which is sort of the way this game went. Man, that was only 2 fucking hours. But, yeah, like I was saying, if you want to do an in-game achievement type thing, this is probably one of the better ways I've seen it done. Skins, they add nothing to the game. But there's a catch. They need to actually be used by the player. You know, there's no point in essentially loading into this game when you completed everything unless they give out more free LC in the future. We're going to do the true clean. Yeah. Yeah. Going to put his dead ass on the conveyor belt. Right, I need to be a bit careful. I can still leave footprints. At least they're not as cancerous as Viscera Cleanup Detail. Yep. Our boss is a fucking asshole. Now we need to go to the power control majigger. Let's go ahead and drop off Grandpoo. I'll start cleaning over here. And I try to go a bit deeper. Yep. Making sure there isn't any skeletons in there. That's for one of the money caches. Right, this level's still somewhat limited to the belt and its design. And I think we go to Power Bay. Nothing in there. Oh, well, I didn't know this level had that. Conveyor control. So we want... No, not yet. Need to find the rest of the key cards. There we are.
A toy for big boys.
Alright. Now we can turn you on. You. Alright. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Crime Scene Cleaner. Sorry about that. Alright, let's go ahead and beat this shit up. Alright. Alright. Come up, little boy. Alright.
Need to empty the trash can first.
There you go. Alright, let's see. Did I pick up the elevator key? No, not yet.
Time for a bag swap.
It's probably in the office area, if I could remember where that is. Ah, in here. All right.
Sorry, Tyler. This isn't the kind of trouble I can get you out of.
That's why we devoured your soul.
Kind of feels like it would be near an elevator. Well, let me see. Elevator key, which is to where the rest of the corpses are. Might be down here. Okay. Alright, let's try reversing the belt here. Alright, let's go ahead and move you. Yeah, let's put you in the office. Alright.
And now, you are now one of us. All hail the Wicked One.
All hail the Wicked One.
Let's try turning on the lights.
Time for a bag swap.
Alright. Yep, I'm lost. I do remember we need keys to go to the elevator. Then we need to use the elevator to get over by the crane. Then we need to use the crane to lift a box. Alright. Speed 1. Okay. He's done in here. All right. All right. For some reason, I remember
Need to empty the trash can first.
that the elevator. Oh, hold on. And hopefully it will be probably the last episode. Oh, it looks like I didn't quit out of the test map I opened up last time. Alright, Colin dead. Nightmare. I started listening to Mark of the Fool. You know what, I'm going to take a guess. All the corpses are the main character, aka me. Can't believe I need to pull this out. This early in the video. Just making sure there's... Oh, we have a footprint trail.
Comes in handy.
going up into here. Okay, that's new. Yep, new.
Huge guy.
Think I can turn this stuff on.
Swiss cheesed with a sharp object.
Alright, so it looks like we need to find the powers again. Turn on the power. Alright, we don't need to open that gate. So... Pukey in the toilet. Someone try to clog this toilet. Oh, it's one of those newer ones where you wash your hands in the toilet. And then it flushes away the stuff with the wastewater from washing your hands. Yeah, I always wondered what the soap residue over time would actually break the toilet or something. Alright, let's go ahead and pull this out. Alright. For some reason, I remembered the elevator being open on one of these floors. That's where the key is. But I'll have to look up a guide. Alright. Alright.
Can't pick up anything like full back.
Ah, there.
Back in my day, we just opened windows. My work here is done.
It's actually in the room where the conveyor starts. On a box. Which I may have already killed. Ah, here. Alright, back to it. Alright.
Back in my day. Wait, what was I saying?
Right into the bucket.
Alright, there's the on switch. There we go. Alright. Oh, something blew up here. I don't know how or why he's naked, but I probably don't want to know. Guess you could say the explosion blew his socks off or something. Wait. That belt's going backwards, isn't it? Ah. We're playing with forward and reverse on these things as we go through. Looks like we might have a puzzle with that lady. Alright. Looks like we have to turn that power on. But the door is locked, but it looks like up and over here. Down here. Over here. Maglock, of course. Nothing over here. Oh, there's a Kajigger. Alright. Obviously, I want it to go that way for now. So let's see here. Somehow I need to get through this door. Alright, did I turn this guy on? Because that would help, I take it. Oh, it needs two. There's one over there, I see now. Alright. Dead conveyor. Take it I need to find the switches for this one. Ah. Storage key. Ah, tell me what happened here.
This place smells like house.
Oh. So she resembles that's the girl that got killed. One of the first bystanders that got killed in this mess. Going to go ahead and stick this guy on the Veer. Might as well put him on the Veer. Is this a new place I have? Ah, yes. Kind of feel like that there has something to do with the music box. You know, find the metal versions of these, maybe.
Smells like ass and bad decisions.
No, I think it's just furniture. There we go. Never mind about that then. Red light. That sort of dictates where we need to go so far. Might as well pick up the garbage before it goes into the truck. So, need to be able to get up and around. Looks like we might have to turn on the power to move that. I do have Tony's storage key, though. Key to a locked door. Yeah, let's go ahead and put you over here on the belt. Oh.
Hang tight, shitbag.
So let's see here. There we go. Uppies. Six bodies so far, but I think this is going to be almost half once we turn on the Veer. Don't know what it is with ladders in video games, but they always have semi-wonky physics. Okay. Sleepy guy. Put him on the belt. Take him back home after the bar and the drinking too much.
Back in my day, we just opened windows.
I know how this level loved its pipes. Okay. Figured that out. So now I go to the control room, which is over here. Now we turn off the lights, put that there, that on. Now we can drop this on the belt. And floor 2. And now we can pick you up. Forgot this was one way. Now, before I do that, I'll be right back. Alright. Again, I don't think that's supposed to make a glass noise, but... Oop. There we are. X.
So much blood. I'm seeing red now.
Pick all this up. Ah, damn you. You mean I have to go all the way back up there? And I love wonky physics. They always make the game a little more frustrating. Alright. There we go.
Could you introduce me to some young lady?
Alright.
What was I doing?
Alright, let's go ahead. Oh.
Wax on, wax on.
Let's go. In here. Sorry if you hear any background noise. Ah, the guy with his cats. Oh. Oh, that looks like a password. Oh, let's see here. Damn it. Fuck it. So let's see here. Of course, there's no switch all the way up here. Dealing with so much jank here. What? Oh, you have to be fucking with me. Okay. Guess, the area I want to get to doesn't allow you to use the conveyor. But I do kind of like how, this area is a puzzle around the conveyor. Oh, there's a conveyor control point. There's another. But I shouldn't have fallen. It's fenced off, as you can see. Oh, there is one in here. Guess this place is good as any. So it kind of seems like we're becoming the bad guy. Or helping the bad guy? No more garbage in here. Going to figure out where the rest of the bodies are. And some of them might have fallen off the conveyor. At some point. Like here. There we go. Ah, that's where they all are. I think the momentum sent them past the hitbox, if you know what I mean. So, is this all of them? Yes. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. There we go. Let's go ahead and throw this guy onto there. Back to the control room. Alright, that's over this way. Let's go ahead and turn that one off. Turn on crane. You know what? Might as well turn off the conveyor. And turn on the in-house lights. Two again. Yep, evidence. Or nothing important in there anyways. Think that's high enough for me to start cleaning over here. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Going to start bagging this shit. Seating up my RAM.
Am I plugged in?
There we go. There we go. Apparently I still need to beat the shit out of those. There we go. There we go. I love me a good bit of evolution. Let's see here. Yeah, you would think the boxes would be less fragile. There we go. Alright. But, yeah, like I was saying, earlier with achievements, in-game achievements versus token achievements. This game, it's mostly token achievements, but probably another good example of what I mean is, having chests as like a collectible thing, running around opening them. You get a treasure hunter achievement for finding all of them. You don't get that achievement for the medallion, you get it for all the loot in the chests. And it's probably an achievement you actually do multiple times, even when replaying. Let's see. Ah, that's our new mop bucket. I think I like it better than the Bugatti one. Wait, do they make dripping noises? Oop. Let me fill these up here. Let me see if that is... Oh, you have to be shitting me. They make dripping noises. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let's get this. By the way, I don't care if I get 100% or as long as it's at least 80, I'm good. Alright. Let's go ahead and...
It'll be a long night. This was the moment when Big Jim was at his weakest. With so many people going after his ass, he needed to make a choice. If not, there probably wouldn't be anything else to anticipate but his imminent downfall.
I know down there is actually pretty close to the hole for the truck.
I'm here.
Good. Now listen. The power is down, so find a way to turn it back on. It will help you a lot with your job. Obviously, when one thing goes wrong, more disasters have to follow. Those fools must have broken something.
Next to cleaner, I should definitely add electrician to my CV. What could possibly
There we go.
make them so desperate? I wonder. That must be one of Big Jim's guys. The man needed to pay for rent. He ended up paying with his own life.
Huh.
The power switch should be around here somewhere.
This place smells like ass.
Damn it.
Will I have to put it all back? Completely flattened. These workers really did put up some fight.
Here we go.
You can't park here, mate.
There we go.
Looks like an access card. Facing the man above. He must have been
Here we go.
shot.
Try that again. There we go.
Ass and bad decisions.
Evidence.
Jim's reinforcements must have got to him.
I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back.
Shit.
So we're going to go ahead and just stop it.
I'm in.
Put all of the bags on it as we go
Another
through.
one.
But now is the garbage collecting part.
Snoring.
And for those of you who are new this episode, The main reason why I do garbage before mopping is when you're cleaning, since each of these garbage items are a physics object, they can get lodged out of bounds or in a place in bounds, which is really hard to get at.
Probably died in an explosion, along with all the electricity.
Another innocent that got caught in this. So, pretty much, damn it. This is going over each and every case of people dying that didn't necessarily need to or deserve it. With that said, I'm actually surprised the old lady didn't make an appearance. So yeah, this is supposed to be the remembrance of the spa place. Before I forget, let's drop Grandpoo here. The pizzeria. Oh, I guess the old lady was part of the pizzeria. Looks like one innocent person an area. There we go.
Time for a bag swap.
Damn empty crates with nothing in them. Man, I'm actually interested in figuring out where the music box is in this level. There we go.
Back in my day, we purified air the hard way. Could you introduce me to some young lady? Ooh. Quit stinking up the place, you filthy bastard!
There we are. There we are. Just need to pull out the axe again. Oh, that one can't be thrown away. Oh, that's concerning. Oh, it's above me. I think I already said I've started Mark of the Fool. I'm on book 3 at the moment. So far, it's pretty good. It's a pretty interesting take on the Chosen One archetype of storytelling. Oh, think I don't like the conveyor belt in this level. Just very finicky in where you can't get on it.
It won't budge.
I need to go up and around to unlock the Water room. Ah. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I already did this room. Let's go ahead and just stick it on forward.
Snoring.
And move the Grandpoo somewhere else.
Quit fooling. Oh! Grandpa wants a candy. Hang tight, shitbag.
Alright. Kinda wish I had tape. Oh, come here, you bag of garbage. Okay, you're done here. Do here. When I go corral these stupid bags. I thought the whole point of automation was making shit easier. Ah, shit. Oh, this is new. Okay, let's try slowing the belt. Okay, that's doing better for garbage. Alright, how much longer does, you have here? Not too much. Guess then, he goes to the toilet. And then I'll start cleaning out here. Do I have all the evidence? No, I'm missing one piece of evidence. To be honest, I think it might be, like a dream catcher somewhere. Oh. One of these maps, each area is separate, not total.
Ah! Both my...
Alright.
This place smells like ass.
Well, today is my turn.
There's 2 bags somewhere.
Was it shot unintentionally or on purpose?
Ah, that's because one of them's here. Ah, that gets 2 of them. So, yeah, there's one piece of evidence somewhere in here. It's probably the murder weapon. Alright. Ah, here. Alright, let's go ahead and put our detergents in. So essentially, the basic idea for Mark of the Fool, before I get sidetracked again, sorry, is we follow one of the marked heroes of Tainlin, who has been branded the Fool, who is chosen to essentially be the slave to the other four heroes of Tainlin: the Sage, the Saint, the Chosen, and alright, sorry about that. Let's see here. Think that's pretty much it for this area. Except for this.
One more for the collection.
There we go. Alright, back to it. Sorry if you're the TV that's below my bed. Oh yeah, the champion.
Reinforcements arrived.
Essentially, the Fool's job is to keep the team together, be the glue, and essentially be their entertainment, essentially their slave. Everything that's non-combat, he gets a bonus in, but anything that pertains to magic causes him to explode. But he does find a few loopholes. Yeah, if he uses combat magic, he blows up. If he prays to any god, even the god that marked him, he gets smited. If he tries to defend himself, he gets an aneurysm. And if he tries to use a bow and arrow, the string's going to snap and cut him in the face. Not necessarily killing him, but crippling him. And if he does manage to fire an arrow, it will always ricochet into his eye,
One.
killing him. But remember, loopholes. He finds loopholes. Any spell that's not combat oriented, but is more of a tool or utility, or any item that's considered tool or utility, as long as not being used to, well, bludgeon someone to death, for example, does not actually trigger the retaliation from the mark. And he finds loopholes. Like I said. Which is sort of the interesting part of the book. Him finding the loopholes. One of them is he can use any spell, utility spell. For example, any non-offensive spell he can still use, for example, an axe to cut things with, but as long as that thing does have a pulse. Alright, sorry about that again. Alright, before I start vacating this area, we need to put this little office together. And I think I need to dump something here. Evidence. Alright, I think that's it for the Garbo in this little room. That goes back. That goes back. There's that. Alright, sorry about that. Tiny house. Here we go. But good part of the book is him finding all the loopholes. And the main story is him trying to figure out... Alright, sorry about that. Alright.
Standing almighty above them all. Seems to be their leader.
Think I'll take the elevator.
Managed to connect the faintest of threads. I wonder if he told anybody about it.
If he had, I would have known about it by now.
Since it's going to be the last time I have it open.
This place is bad. Too many people snooping around.
Alright, let's see here. I can turn off crane, elevator, open door, belt. I'm done with the everything else. Alright, 3 things are on. Next is this room. I kind of want to do the office first. Or at least put this bucket somewhere where there's a tap so I can find it easier. Here. Is there a tap in here? Because I don't remember there being one. Alright. So, looks like the only other viable tap in this area is
Need to empty the trash can
where the
first.
belt takes us. Okay. So yeah, it's in the toilet room. Don't want to lose this. It's a few charges of the chemicals. That had blood on it. Blood.
Can't pick up anything with a full bag.
Reload our mops here. Let's go ahead and get the power washer up and running. Sorry about that. The neighbor can't hear their TV with their earplugs in, but they need their earplugs in. Says so the doctor. But they still want to watch TV. Alright. I know there's a water source near here. Ah, there.
Fragile box.
Looks good so far. I highly recommend it. Sort of a mixture of Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. It's also a good Alright, sorry about that. There we are. Get it all nice and clean. Get it ready for the detail clean. Might as well, since it's right next to the bathroom. Yep.
Can't pick up anything with a full bag.
Duke, it's alright. Daddy love you. You just got a cookie. Alright. There we go. Let's go ahead and stick you on there. You too. I'll come back for the detail clean there. We're going to start in here, then the office. Let's hammer this shit to death. There we go. All right. Hold on. All right, sorry. All right, back to it.
Seems like they had it all perfectly planned.
Motherfuckers. They chose death the moment they decided to go against me.
Up, little boy. Oh, I love you. Come here. Up. Good boy. There we go. Okay. get these first. Alright. And I guess dark red is for sponge, because every time I use the mop on it, pretty much kills the mop. Well, I guess I'm making more than one trip then. Yeah, I'm going to say this. That, when I unlock the gun skin, it better make a gunshot noise every time I use it. And when I drop it, it backfires. There we go. This area is starting to look clean again. Don't think there's furniture in this area that needs to be put back. All of it's in this area. Yep. There we go. here we are. Now it's time for the detail clean. May have to make multiple trips for this. But we're going to play Oddworld Stranger's Wrath next. And then after that, I think Dying Light, unless I want... I'm kind of hold off on Dying Light, partly because I'm still not over Dead Island 2. I kind of don't want to play a slog game, if you know what I mean. Dead Island 2 was a slog. This one does have a greater emphasis on platforming and avoiding combat.
Big Jim, you will pay for what you did to my daughter.
Their leader wanted a revenge for murdering his daughter. You made yourself some enemies.
High up person, treat him well, and look what got me.
Okay. But yeah, what I kind of mean by a slog game, it's kind of like a game that doesn't respect your time or has checkpoints. In a meaningful way. Oh, you know, there are checkpoints. They're just not ideal ones. Dead Island 1 and 2 and Riptide all had like little safe towns, which is ideally the place you want to log out. You know, end the game. And Dying Light kind of seems like a similar game in that respect. That an action RPG. But, yeah, like I said, I'm not doing it right after this game, for example, I'm going to play Oddworld Stranger's Wrath first.
I don't know how long workers will manage without a raise. They're pissed. You can't even pay rent when most of their payment is
Perhaps the whole
off the debt they
series,
have.
one right after the other, when it comes to
Bastards.
Dead Island.
They will
Dying Light.
They aren't even in a position.
It's made by the same developers of the first two games.
Look where that neglect got you.
It's pretty interesting. I think I already talked about, the video is something about Dead Island. Sort of kind of like an in-depth overview type thing of, just random shit and tangents themed around Dead Island, the series. But, yeah, you know what I mean. But it, so far from what I've seen from, random game footage, it's actually a bit closer to Dead Island 2-ish, almost. Different creators. Dead Island 2 is definitely more RPG action hack and slash. But when it came to world building and story, it was placid. Almost forgettable. And a lot of that's due to the sort of cycle of the development cycle. But it, by far, it does not excuse the game not being done. I didn't pay full price for it when it first came out, but it still pisses me off they may never actually put an ending in the game. Don't know if they're going to do more DLC on it either. But, you would think I paid money for a game that it needs to have the full game. It's considered the full game by the devs, but it's kind of feels like Garden of Banban almost. Which cuts each individual title is actually just a part of the game. So really, the first Banban is just a piece of the experience. But Dying Light, from what I understand, is actually a completed game. Does have a sequel. You know, I do agree with having open ends for future sequels or absolutely finishing the story. You know, it's one of those things. Yes, you can get away with a cliffhanger if it's obviously supposed to be a series, but alright, sorry about that. Hopefully that's last interruption within the next 20 minutes. Alright. Detail cleaning's next for this area. There's a good twist on the Chosen One thing. Oh yeah, but essentially, instead of, essentially going to his death and forever service of the heroes of Tamerlane, he goes to Wizard College. In hopes to figure out how to stop this cycle he's him and his homeland's trapped in since the beginning of their recorded history. He is a little selfish, but he has a minor excuse in my opinion. And considering old recorded records of the one who bears the mark of the fool just dying in horrible ways, and that's the most they ever are recorded doing. Alright, sorry about that. There we go. I guess the paint signifies the old lady. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was saying, didn't feel like a finished game story-wise. Which it seems like they're alleviating that with DLC, free LC. But I don't know if they're actually going to finish the story at Dead Island 2. That and the original people who worked on Dead Island 1 and Riptide aren't working on Dead Island anymore. But I go a bit more into that in that video I mentioned.
A textbook safety violation.
Alright, green boxes. Alright. This furniture is real easy to put back in place. You know, like the random loose metal chair fuck all anywhere. Those ones are the bitches to put in their place. Partly because most of the time they don't actually have a place, but where they are. But yeah. So but I kind of want to get some of my bucket list games out of the way. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is one of them. I do have all of the Oddworld games. I haven't beaten any of them, but it's the odd thing with the Oddworld games. Essentially, they're kind of like Donkey Kong. If Donkey Kong's video game ending was dependent on you collecting all of the gubbins. Don't collect all of them, well, your character dies in horrible ways, instead of winning. But Stranger's Wrath is different. But every Oddworld game kinda has one united theme, part of their core design and spirit. Which is capitalism messing with nature for profit. Alright, sorry about that. Again. Trying to get this finale done. Don't have as many work days this month. So much so I'm dumping a lot of, or by the time you watch this, dumped all of my spare episodes, just in case this week was going to be super heavy, this month it's going to be heavy. Alright. Looks like I need to use this again. Is there water up here? But it's one of those where characters really make a good part of the Damn You series. I swear, Garbage Bag, if I need to hunt you down, I will kill you. But yeah, he's trying to learn what's causing the Ravager to hopefully end it once and for all. Because pretty much so far, book 3, it's almost like a Fae farm. It's common in stories here lately, which are in the high fantasy genre. Essentially, it's gods have topic nature. Sorry about that. But really, the only one I've played longest is Stranger's Wrath. But the other thing with Dead Island, the series, is it's frantic, panic type scenario. You know, the only way you die is if you fuck up in melee too much. But Dying Light is more stealth and avoiding combat. But when there is combat, it's pretty similar to the first game from what I've seen so far. But more open, like Dead Island 2's combat.
I should clean it first.
It's pretty interesting little story of development. You know, Dead Island 2 feels like the sequel to Dead Island, Riptide and 1, but it didn't have the soul, if you know what I mean. But the main reason why I kind of don't like the fact they haven't finished the game. How long has the game been out? It's been out for about 3 years. They haven't got around putting the fucking ending. Alright, those don't snap anywhere. I think that's this little sub area done. There we go. But, yeah, like I was saying, it's definitely more platforming and exploration based from what I've seen than even the first Dead Island 2. Which is a statement, partly because Dead Island 2 is, with how it's built, it's not open world, but it's open enough, if you know what I mean. And almost every corner of the map is actually required to be explored if you want to 100% the game. You know, do all the side quests and the like. Like I did, I think. There may have been some return quests for Soleil, but I don't feel like going back. If you know what I mean. I had my fill on hack and slash for a while. It's kind of like a... No, you wouldn't think that the most disappointing part about Dead Island 2 and what it's become, Dead Island, what it's become, spiritually, in my opinion, it's dead. And a good example of sorry about that. All right. But yeah, essentially, in most fantasy books here lately that have gods, they follow the rules of topism. You know, the more people that believe in them, the better and bigger and stronger they get. But essentially, if you ask me so far, it kind of seems like well, the god of this of Tamerlane, Auric, is and his exact opposite, the Ravenger. The Ravener only exists as essentially an impetus of fear. You know, people fear the Ravenger, and they pray to the god that's the exact opposite of him in order to get be safe. Than if they didn't. Missing one computer monitor. Let me see if this computer monitor is somewhere near the truck, in case it was on the belt, because it's nowhere where it needs to be in that room. I'll get this place last.
Forklifts. Certified.
Duke. Okay, so this computer screen's nowhere. Reasonable. Oh. There we go. Alright.
I hate my life.
I think I know where the secret is. But it requires me to go all the way back up here. Ah, fuck. I'll stop. But yeah, like I was saying, it's a pretty interesting take on the Chosen One. Ah. Alright, one more attempt and then I'm going to look it up. Because I think there's an invisible wall here preventing me from getting on those pipes. Or I mean those vents to get on the pipe. Yeah, that's a breakable vent. It looks like I'm supposed to be able to get up here, go over here.
Good thing I'm not colorblind.
Break this. And there we go. Oh, I just got an achievement for 100%ing the game. Yay! Come up, boy. Up. You can do it. Come up. I love you, little boy. You can do it. Daddy knows you can get up here. He's seen you do it multiple times. You can do it. Come up. Who's a good baby? Alright, let's UV this area. Looks like sponges over here, definitely. I can use the mop here. Alright. Is that all the blood in this area here too? Yep, all tasks complete in this area. Not in this area. $98. More furniture is needed to be put back in its place. But where? You can do it, Bubby. I love you. Up. Come here. Want me to scoot over more? Ah, that was it. I was 2 inches too far to the left. That's a good baby. Rest now, little child. Really? That was the other misplaced piece of furniture? Something that was a few pixels off from being there? So far, it's a pretty good book series. Alright.
I need to clear the way first.
Night. Good night. Are you going? Sorry about that. Good example of, well, oh yeah, of, company saying the programmer who made the games didn't know what Dead Island was. You know, it's a really good example of the lines of corporate versus the actual artist. You know, publisher thought they knew what Dead Island 2 should be, and that the original programmers had no idea. Essentially, it's publisher versus dev. And that's how Dying Light is the spiritual sequel and successor to the original games loosely. I go more into that in that video. If you're interested, it is a bit of a doozy, but it's good. Sort of the melting pot of every consensus I've found so far, as well as my theory on what's going on in Dead Island. I don't have a theory of Dying Light, but partly because I haven't played it yet. Do one last check for garbage bags. I think I got everything. Except this one. Oh, over here. That was close. But, yeah, Dead Island 2 really also doesn't have any replay value, in my opinion. They did add a New Game Plus, but with how it works, you pretty much have to do the original game with all of the variants unlocked without the ability to level up. Except for getting better gear, essentially turning it into solo self-found Diablo clone. But instead of you being on solo self-found with other players, you know, no trade, solo self-found your character essentially turning the game into more of a grindy loot 'em up than what was originally intended. I think that's everything now. Alright. Yep.
Try not to get yourself caught, Kowalski.
Don't think I put the things where it needed to be. He wanted me to collect the evidence, put it on his desk.
I'll see about that.
Think I'm missing a shitload of evidence. Alright, that's pretty good. 2 pieces of evidence. All the bodies. 95. Alright. Oh, I guess it's play around with the Bugatti gun. Because it's going to be the only time I'm ever going to use it. Unless they add a DLC or something. And I feel like it's reasonable enough to come back to this game. Because I've pretty much 100%ed the game semi-casually. Let's see here. I kind of feel like this area has the most shit to break and kill.
This was the moment when Big Jim was at his weakest. With so many people going after his ass, he needed to make a choice. If not, there probably wouldn't be anything else to anticipate but his imminent downfall.
But, yeah, like I was saying, I'm actually pretty interested in playing Dying Light. But, again, it's too soon after the entire Dead Island franchise. That, and now there's apparently 3 sequels, so I might as well turn it into another fucking marathon. But I kind of want to get, like I've been saying, some of my other bucket list games out of the way. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is not too terribly long. If you know what I mean. It isn't like I'm going to marathon the entire Oddworld series. Oh, they're not even on my bucket list, really. Alright. Alright. Ah. Alright. Yep. It's pretty much what I thought it would be. Alright, I guess that's it. See you guys when I boot up Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.